Hey, 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 hey. Man, let's go ahead and fade. Let's go ahead and fade this and let's get right into
Let's
it.
get to it.
Let's get right into this shit, man. This is hey, welcome, man. We're back with a reaction, the post-show reaction to WrestleMania 41 Night 2, man. It's your boy Ricky Fontaine, got my boys Q, Final Boss, Jay, everybody. What's going on, fellas? Let's get started, man.
Oh yeah.
What is what
Hey,
is going on?
you know what? I know usually we start in the beginning and work our way down, but I mean, since it's fresh, we might want to start at the end and let's go because if anybody that's coming right off of WrestleMania tonight, John Cena has broken the record. He is now the 17th uh, world champion, beating Ric Flair's record. So and beating Cody Rhodes doing it. So it's gonna be interesting.
Where you
I,
watch that?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Get at it.
No, I forgot. Um, Where's the post game? Is the post game show on YouTube? I can't remember.
Nah, it should be on Peacock. Probably come on right after.
It's on
Movies as well.
Peacock, and then they got some they got it on YouTube as well. If you don't get it,
Oh, okay.
All right. So whoa. We go running back to last. We go talk about Cena match last.
Well, no. I was going to say since it's fresh, let's just talk about it now. Unless you want to go back to the beginning. And
Yeah, I think we need to say that for last.
okay.
Well, we calm down a little bit because.
no, you can go. I'm going. Bump it. I
Okay.
don't understand what's going on here. Like the match as a whole, we can still go back. We can still come back to it as we cover. But the match as a whole was so. Even from I don't know if John was trying to had this attitude like I do this shit. I'm gonna slow my moves down. I'm gonna take my
Hmm.
time with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knuckle shove. It was just, I mean, they was trying to wrestle and it just wasn't getting like if anybody at another pay-per-view kick me in the Jimmy, Travis Scott break my eardrum and stuff like that, we coming now, we scrapping. This ain't no time for no wrestling moves and stuff like that. So you got that going. And then like I don't want to be the fan that's just like criticizing everything, but damn it, it's got some things got to be talked about. That referee was
Yeah.
terrible. The referee was terrible. Like Travis Scott pulled you out the ring and you fell on your knees and act like you fell on your face and you got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, come on here, bro. Like, come on here, really? Like, make us believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, hit him with a chair. Let him, rough him up or something. Have somebody else rough him up where he can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody else come into it. It was a lot of stuff. I think people had high hopes of what's going to happen. Paul Heyman and him coming out. The Rock, is he here? It was a lot of excitement. Like, what's going to happen that's going to put this match over? You know what I'm saying? The way it's supposed to. And none of it happened. And I think that's why everybody is kind of pissed off right now.
So let me start here. Oh man. All right. So number one, yeah, I remember when I've been telling the whole time the build up has been horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying it. Everybody's like, this is the worst. The reason why the build up was so bad because the heel turn was so good that if y'all go back and look at it, right? Let's just go back. Ever since the heel turn, everything's been flat. Every week was flat. The back and forth on the mic was cool, but it was no true chemistry made between the match and the mic. The build-up was trash the whole time. So what happened was, in my opinion, I was like, since the build-up was so trash, I think people were expecting the match to be that much better, not from a technical wrestling standpoint, but from a storytelling approach. And dog, when I tell you they dropped the ball in every fucking category here, to the point where now I'm like, even going back looking at the whole final boss situation, like, bro, what was the point? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what was the point of even doing all this? What was the point of having the Rock engage and turn and he didn't even come out? The Travis Scott situation, like, truth be told, who gives a fuck, right? I even think the way they even played it with Travis Scott in the ring, it's like everybody was moving in slow motion or they was super lazy. Even when Cody hit Travis with the move, whatever, it was almost like they didn't know what they were doing. It almost
No, that wasn't a receipt neither. No, I need you to punch that motherfucker in the
Yeah,
face.
right. That's yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a receipt. Michael Cole tried to call it a receipt. We know what it. Don't try to make. We're not dumb
yeah.
wrestling fans. We know what a receipt is. You know
And
what I'm saying?
so
But go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
now
sorry.
the whole, like you said, guys, pulling out the. I think the more I watched it, the more frustrating it became, especially when I saw Travis Scott pull the ref out the ring, and now I'm like, man, these refs made a paper mache. Damn, he passed out again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
It happened again when he ran into when he pushed John Cena into him and he collapsed like he his heart skipped 9 beats. Like
even with the tug of war with the belt, they were like, ugh, 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 ugh.
give
Okay.
it, no, it's
It was
mine, mom.
it
Like bro,
was
like
it was so bad, dog. And I think what got once the match ended, it's kind of like watching that Marvel movie, and you're like, okay, well, what's the real ending about to happen? I was like, there ain't no real ending. That's it. Go home. And
Yeah. Well,
Mike,
I mean, I get what we're complaining, but the ref bumps and the back and forth going. I mean, that's wrestling. We know what the end result was going to be. We just wanted it to be executed a little better. That's kind of
thank you. Okay,
the
I was
that's
just
the
going to
biggest thing.
say,
So,
Q,
yeah,
don't give him no. It has to be executed
yeah,
a little better.
right, yeah, I get
Like
it.
those red bumps got to be better. They got to hit
I
a
mean,
little
yeah,
bit.
we all know ref bumps happen, right? I'm not oblivious. I don't think anybody is. I
Right.
think
Yeah,
it was very choppy. If you go back and watch the match, even the whole man, like Travis Scott came down, he took forever. To me, that sucked the energy out of it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, Travis Scott. So now I'm like, well, where's the Rock? Well, Rock don't show up.
yeah,
So Travis jumps in the ring. It's like everything just moved in slow motion because even the match itself was in kind of a, you saw how Cena was moving super slow. It was like the match wasn't intense. It was slow. The build up was horrible, and the pop was just it wasn't good. I personally feel like, man, this match should have been yesterday, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins match should have been main event today.
yeah. I mean, I understand why they put it on night two, but
Yeah.
again, even the writers and people backstage were expecting a bigger reaction, a bigger more impact when it comes to the matches, and it just didn't deliver.
Do you
Uh,
think Q that like being in the room when they wrote this out? Did everybody look like, yeah, that's gonna get the fans? That's it. Like, woo wee, like that's gonna blow them. Let's go. Yeah, like this is hot. Let's run with it. Do you really think that's what they did? Couldn't be.
No. Well, here's the thing. I think The Rock not being there for whatever reason he wasn't there, I think did change a lot of things. And I don't know how long maybe Triple H and all them knew that The Rock wasn't going to be there, but they were like, okay, well, we got Travis Scott. Let's use him for something to kind of continue this storyline, even though we know The Rock is not going to be there. And I think if they had decided to change when night the main event is going to be on, it would have been more of a red flag when it comes to the fans as far as why is Cena and John not going? Cena and Cody not going on tomorrow night. So yeah, we'll never know. I say we'll never know, but then did y'all hear the announcement? I think right before the main event that Michael Cole made that Netflix is going to be a series called was it Raw Real or Wrestling Real, something like that. Anyway, they're gonna be behind the scenes in like the writers' rooms. So that they breaking down the fourth wall completely now because now they're gonna have cameras in the actual writing rooms when they're developing these storylines. So that's what will be like a Netflix series coming up in this summer, I guess. But
Interesting.
yeah, that's just another side note. Well, like I said, that's the match mainly ended with John Cena as a champion. How it was executed, we don't agree with how it was done, but the results are the results. So my question now is, where do we go from there? Like John Cena only has so many dates left on his retirement tour.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine he'll be there tomorrow night. Well, yeah, technically that chapter is SmackDown. I would imagine he will be there at least on Monday night, the Raw after, just to come out as champion, or they may wait till Friday, and then we kind of go from there as far as how long he holds that title, who he defends it against, if he even has a defense before the night ends. I mean, before his retirement ends. It's kind of wait and see. But John Cena is our new undisputed WWE champion with his 17th reign, breaking Ric Flair's record. So
I think
Hey,
that
so
I think that what goes. Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna just say too. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have rather saw Ric Flair come out and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
Mm.
this this is bad, man.
I think that this what they can do here and what might happen. Not sure, but you see, I don't know if you guys saw the post game. Jackie Redmond back there again after somebody just took a L, and she run up to Cody Rhodes and asked him, what's going on through your mind? And he didn't say anything. He just kept walking. Brandy kind of looked at her and then just kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this whole spiel with John Cena, Brent with Cody, not he had the belt and he was just torn. Maybe
Far
this
what to do
this
with
is
it, yeah.
going to unlock like a deeper person in Cody that's gonna maybe this is gonna set Cody to what people are gonna call Homelander Cody. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he gets his belt back by absolutely destroying John Cena. I don't know if there's going to Randy Orton. That's how and Randy Orton is going to get a championship run because that Randy Orton and John Cena had their feud, and if that's going to be the last match of John Cena, let it be Randy, or Cody just go Homelander and beats the brakes off of John Cena so much so that everybody kind of turns on him for doing what he had to do to get his belt back. So that I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what I think will happen. And I talked about this yesterday. I said it. Number one, they gave away John Cena was gonna win when they were like, "Yeah, John Cena's gonna be on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow." I was like, "Well, we know Cena's winning." They gave that away before the match even started. But it's gonna be Seth Rollins, and the reason I say it is because it's gonna be a perfect angle for the whole part timer situation. I don't know when, but I feel like Seth Rollins will be the person to kind of go at Cena. And who knows? They may even throw Cody Rhodes as a triple threat match to kind of make it work. But that's just my thinking. I'm thinking Seth Rollins will be the guy. Who knows? Or could be fucking Cody Rhodes again. I'm not sure. But
I
I
mean,
think
no, that I mean, all things are open and stuff at this point because people are moving around. You want to know, it's got to be whoever. I think that when he loses their belt, it has to be somebody that's almost like he's passing the torch off to somebody.
yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
what Andre did for Hulk Hogan, kind of like what Hulk Hogan tried to do for the Ultimate Warrior. That kind of stuff.
Well, while we're talking about, basically who's next. So let's say we keep things as is as far as that championship being on SmackDown. You mentioned Seth. Seth is on Raw. Now, even though Paul Heyman could possibly make some moves, Seth did technically turn heel with that prospect. So when you go back to SmackDown and look at the possible faces, with that Seth Rollins turn, that also turned Roman Reigns. So Roman is technically a babyface now, I would imagine. And he's
Yeah.
going to be on SmackDown with John Cena as champion. I don't believe we ever got a John Cena. I think we did. Did we get a John Cena Roman match? I think it was when Roman was champion for like 400 some days or whatever. I think he did beat Cena at one
I
point.
think he did
So
be
you
saying
can't,
that. Yes,
there's a
he
possible
did.
rematch right there with different, them flipping sides down. So I don't know. We'll see. It just kind of depends on when you look at Backlash is the next PLE. And then once that's over, you're going into I think Night of Champions, I believe, is like in July. No, Money in the Bank is in July. And then you got SummerSlam like in August. So I think Cena will be around for those major ones. SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights again, so you're looking at 2 main events for SummerSlam this year.
Yep, 2 nights again for somebody.
Yeah.
That's be the first time they're doing that this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, we'll see.
Slick Rick, what you got down there, man? What's going on with
It's trash.
you?
That whole thing was trash. The match was trash.
Turn your volume up so the people in the back who can't hear can hear. Say it again.
It was trash. Match was trash. The decision was trash. We knew it was going to happen, though. I mean, so it is what it is. I mean,
What Bubba Dub would say? Trash.
right,
Trash.
right. I mean, I don't, as a old school wrestling fan, I don't think that. I mean, if you gonna if somebody else was gonna get that, I don't mind it. I don't mind it being broken because records are meant to be broken. But coming back after being gone for this long and breaking it, it felt forced.
Forced.
Yeah.
And it was trash. I mean, I can't think of a better word for it, man. It was trash. The match was, you couldn't even give us a good match.
It was so it was like dragging.
It
Like
was.
dragging on. It was like, okay, bring on the ref bump so we can see what the surprise is. You know what I'm saying? And then the letdown from that part. Like that ruined, like night 2 was good. Okay. It was better than night 1. And now this main event now we're like, it's tit for tat.
It took the momentum out of it because night 2 was great, and you almost like it's almost like the sequel. You're watching the sequel of a movie. Oh man, the sequel is better than the first one, and then it ends in like a dud. You like, so it's like you leave the theater just mad because you thought it was going one way, and it didn't go that way.
So night 2 was better than night 1.
Some matches were, and I wouldn't say overall maybe because
overall I still say even with this, I still think night 2 was better than night 1.
I feel like there were a couple of duds tonight.
I do too,
and they are.
I think the Randy Orton situation was a complete dud.
I feel like it was good to see Joe Henry, but the match was kind of a dud.
Nah, he squashed that man like a bug.
Yeah,
no, he did. He squashed him. Yeah, he did.
Well, I'll say this to me personally. I know I went to the restroom during the Logan Paul and AJ Styles match, so
that match was a dud.
That match was a dud.
Yeah.
The women's tag team championship match, that was a dud.
It was okay, but I would lean closer to a dud than I would anything. I mean, Becky came back. That was your pop, but that was it.
She didn't win. She didn't need to win the title. She could come back. That's fine. But I didn't
she
like the result of it. Yeah.
I didn't like it either. I was thinking that maybe, Becky would come back and put heel Becky in our group. Maybe think that she would turn on Lyra. Maybe that's still coming down the line. And then Raquel keeps the titles because these ladies are going to NXT Tuesday. So I guess maybe they have some star power with Lyra used to being the champion there, and with Becky Lynch and stuff coming. Maybe you got, for eyes watching the show, now you got the man Becky Lynch coming on there. So maybe from that point, get it. But she didn't need it. Why? Lyra don't need to be Lyra 2 belts.
And you just gave Dom the Intercontinental champ.
So you're not helping your Judgment Day. They carried, the rest carried wrestling pretty much after the bloodline started to crack. So I don't know. What are you doing?
And see, I think when I told y'all earlier, like we were like we started out like 4-0. Like we predicted every win of the match. I think if you look at it from when we talked about it last night, I think we went pretty strong. In my opinion, that should not happen. You know what I'm saying? Like
it shouldn't be that predictable.
It shouldn't be that predictable, dog. And I'm with Joe. Like, and I'm not trying to be the negative pissant here, but like overall on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being low and 5 being high, I guess shit a 2. And I give it a 2 because I think the Sasha Banks. No, I keep calling her Sasha Banks. I'm sorry, they're gonna keep me on the show. Bianca Belair. I think they did a really good job. I think they did
They set the tone.
Yeah. So
it showed there was a lot of good wrestling there. There was a lot of, she just, to me, Belair just showed why she is as dominant as she is, in my opinion. So I thought that was a really good match, right? Outside of that, no match stood out to me like, oh my gosh, that was a really, really good match. And like Joe was saying, like, I think sometimes we try to be, it's not being negative, right? It's just being realistic. Like tonight sucked. Like
Intercontinental, the four-way,
yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
So let's so we had started from the end, and I didn't want to cut you off, but since you mentioned Bianca, let's go on back up. Let's start from the top of the show. So
my bad if I got off.
No, you're good. I'm always try to reel you back in as best I can. So the match, so the opening show with the triple threat match for the women's championship. In my opinion, the best match on the show. Bianca came out. I don't know if y'all heard in commentating. the girl that she hugged at the end was actually her stepdaughter.
Her
So she had,
stepdaughter.
had girls out there with
Yeah.
in her intro. So that was dope for him to be able to have that moment.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, so the last of those, you had one girl in the middle the whole time with a braid, and that's the one that Bianca hugged when she walked out. That was her stepdaughter.
Oh, okay. So she was
kind of
Yeah,
taller
that was a
one
cool,
in the middle.
the tall one. That was a cool moment. That was a cool moment. I thought that I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad. Like I said, I picked EO. I wasn't going to be mad if Bianca won though.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I used my theory of what happened with Seth Rollins last night, what we talked about, and I was like, the same thing is happening to EO here. EO is the forgotten lady in this whole thing, and she's been disrespected every time, all the time. And she came out and she put on the show, man. So hey,
I think if and even though I know everybody doesn't acknowledge it, but Bianca's undefeated streak, if that wasn't and it wasn't on the line or part of it, I probably would have picked EO too. But I kind of in my heart wanted Bianca to continue that streak.
Yeah, same. I wanted Bianca to win.
Right.
Just in general, but I do like the way they let her use her platform to put over, like, black women, little black girls.
Oh yeah.
Doing little black girl things. You know what I'm saying? The double dutch, all that little stuff.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah. I was gonna put in the group chat. Whoever Miss Linda was on that double dutch, you kind of thick out there. The white see out there. She looked like older than all the other girls though, but yeah, she had a wagon back there.
And they was like, I do this. I'm actually the double dutch teacher.
Before we move on, and I wanted to acknowledge it when Joe first jumped on. I noticed what you was wearing, Joe. You're not trolling, are you? I mean, I see the Memphis Grizzly gear on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I just happened to notice you had a Memphis Grizzly.
I was cold, and I put on my jacket. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but you ain't.
They had a game today, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna have me being mad about it. Like, last night you act like you had some money on that game, bro. You were out of it.
No, man, I was good. I mean, well, I expect to win. I can understand how you guys aren't upset at all.
No, I expect to win too. But that's over with. That's over with.
Right now, it's like two homeless people arguing over who got more money in their cups. So it don't matter.
I got more money in my cup now.
Well, we both got a need.
Both got lost right now. So we
got a couple
down in the series, but that was crazy with Grids because it's just basketball in general. I say this all the time. Basketball is a game of runs. You could be tied. You can be up by 2. You blink and you down by 20. Like, what the hell happened?
The difference is we didn't blink when we went down by
50.
We started off. It was belt to ass first quarter all the way through. So it was coast to coast. They did what they did. But because that's a whole other world.
You blink and stop playing defense. That's what happened in your head. You don't give a damn about who you guard and all the other stuff that will happen to you. But anyway, I digress.
That's not great. Yeah, I just want to bring it up because I noticed that as you entered the chat.
I just want to go say. I want to go say nothing.
I know. Well,
everybody got a game 2 coming up, so it's all good.
Yeah, the way we looking, we're gonna be hopefully we can lose by 10 this game.
Progress.
All right, so Io Sky is still the WWE Women's Champion. The next match was a street fight, right?
That was a wonderful match, though.
Oh yeah. It was a great match. Yeah, I said the best match of the night.
I think that was an A. That was an A for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The finish was nice too. I like the finish too.
The way they set it up.
Yeah. I agree.
And truth be told, I think it's gonna allow. Really, I think you're gonna see Bianca and Rhea kind of go to the side and do their thing. I think we can get that, and then I think you'll see Io Sky kind of go with. She'll probably find somebody else to kind of go after.
Please don't let it be Laura.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't realize this until my homegirl actually mentioned it. With Bianca losing, now that keeps her on SmackDown. If she had won the title, she would have to move to Raw. If she go back to SmackDown, now she got to deal with Naomi and Jade.
Oh yeah, and we got a little glimpse of that Friday.
Because Naomi came out like, "Oh, you finally showing back up on SmackDown.
Yeah,
you've been avoiding me." So
okay.
I ain't mad at that.
Right. So they continue that storyline, and then Rhea can do her own thing. Maybe
whoever writing for them needs to come write for the guys. Lord Jesus.
Well, right for the women, yeah.
Man, they didn't bring that ass over here. All right, so that's a A. Hey, you know what? I take that back. The Drew McIntyre match wasn't bad.
It wasn't. You know what? I was about to add that to the. It wasn't a dud, but it was.
It was a C plus. I give it a C plus.
No, it was good.
It was
good.
okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was good.
I would probably waffle between us. When he first said C plus, I was like you. I was like, wait a minute, that's too low. But no, I would probably waffle.
Well, what about a B minus then?
And a B minus. Yeah, I would waffle. Yeah. But that's apples and oranges, right? I mean, that's you know.
That's the difference between a 79 and an 80. I mean,
right. So that's basically basically getting a little extra credit. So I mean,
right.
It's basically the same thing. But
Drew got a win on at WrestleMania. You know, even though he technically won, was it last year? You're fighting and got distracted and had Damian Priest cash in on him. So at least he actually leaves Mania with a victory and with with positive energy. So as opposed to last year, he was sulking.
So does Drew? Dang, no, we can't do that now. I was gonna say, does Drew take the title off of Jey Uso?
Nah.
I think he needs to have that jump for a minute, man.
Yeah. I'm saying though.
Well, you got to have opponents, so he's gonna have a few, several. I would say several, a couple of defenses.
Yeah. I was thinking, Colin might try to call him out now that he lost the Intercontinental Championship.
Braun Breaker.
Because they had a pretty good feud.
Yeah, over there.
I'm not. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
Take time off.
Who?
I can see that. Going through taking time off. I can see him just not being on TV for a while, and maybe he comes back in 2 or 3 months, refreshed and more, and kind of, they can build up a video package to kind of reinforce that monster that he is. Maybe I can see that, almost like re-debut. Now you come back to Walter, that'd be a whole different thing.
I'm not mad about Drew either. I mean, but as an opponent, I'm not really looking for anybody to try to take it off of him.
Right, take it off.
I mean, if we get him like at least 6 months.
Yeah, because I don't want to put Seth in there right now. Because if Seth is up there, then you got to let him. I mean, he got the. Truth be told, bro got the most momentum in WE right now than anyone. So I don't want that to even be in play.
Yeah, I think Seth is still going to be tied up with CM Punk for a while, especially with Paul Heyman with him.
Yeah. And it's crazy that moment last night was bigger than the moment last.
That's what I'm
we should have flipped the main reviews.
That moment of of him siding with Seth Rollins is bigger than John Cena winning 17.
Bro, that's why I was like, y'all, this was a lazy, just like, and Joe, I think you missed the part where I was telling about it. I was like, even the build-up was ass. Like, it was so bad, dog. I think
it was a part-time build.
It was a part-time build that wasn't,
and that's what hurt you. Me and Jeremy was talking about this. We was on the phone talking about it, man. Like, after that happened, that next episode of Raw or whatever, on SmackDown, that was supposed, Cena was supposed to come out there and double down on that ass whooping again. To make it better and stuff like that to me.
Think about it, bro. Rock was never seen again.
Never. And that's why I said
in this whole
I was just like, what was the whole point of him even being part of this? And you did all this stretching and theatrical stuff to lead up to nothing. Like, part of me feels like, oh, y'all really didn't know what it seemed like, oh my gosh, these folks are masterminds. They know what they're doing. It's so the fans made this shit deeper than the actual writers.
It was, and then I think you just kind of threw a bone out there with Travis Scott, but that was nothing.
That was trash. Like,
side note, why are people coming out and you hear their music and he took his sweet time walking down, like that was terrible. Like, gosh, okay, I'm done. Damn.
And I think people popped initially when he came out because they figured The Rock was coming right after. I thought you're gonna get like 30 seconds of Travis Scott music and then The Rock's music gonna come out. Come on, and it never happened. That's when I was like, okay, well, this is a dud.
Terrible.
But anyway, we that last match is gonna get intertwined in all of our conversations. I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we was talking about Drew. Drew won.
Right, Drew won.
He was supposed to win that. So we move on to the
this is the IC title, right?
Yeah, the Intercontinental Championship 4-way, and I think you guys said something about it last night. I won't try and take anybody credit, but Dominic got the win, and Finn got the pin.
He pinned Finn Balor.
Hey, that's great. That was crazy, and it was a nice pop too. It was funny because Dominic left. And it's like somebody told him to get back in the ring. He ran back
in the ring to celebrate.
He ran back in the ring, and it's funny how Finn was looking at him like motherfucker. Like, it was so fun. It was crazy, man.
And see, I think the initial plan, right? And I think the initial plan, I think we all talked about it, is that they eventually going to kick Finn Balor out of Judgment Day, and they still might do that Monday. But based on tonight, they're gonna mess around and what they call work their way into a shoot. And mess around and turn Dom babyface, and then Finn gonna end up being the heel. Mm-hmm. So yeah, because of Dom's reaction, but we'll see how because Dom I think he's skilled enough.
Crazy.
He's skilled enough to flip it. So if he comes out Monday and talks bad about the fan, he may be able to flip it back toward the heel side. But yeah, that's
as
crazy.
Much that man's heel heat was nuclear. Yeah, and it's like we are so.
Come on, Joe.
We're so fickle.
Come on, bro. Talk
how
about
we deal with people. It's like immediately we'll flip on you, and you'll go from the most hated to the most loved in an episode. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me how we will react to you, and it's just out the blue. They were booing Bianca and Cody.
I still don't understand the Bianca boos, but yeah,
they just want to be a part of the moment, Slick Rick. They want to be a part of the moment. They don't want anything to deal with somebody that's going to lose. Everybody wants to be on top. They want to be able to. I was first to cheer for Dirty Dom. Everybody was booing, but I was cheering him the whole time. Yesterday saw a clip on X where 16,000 dislikes for Jey Uso winning the title yesterday. 16,000 dislikes. But I was like, you're going to flip those dislikes to likes as soon as he becomes heel. And everybody's going to be cheering like they've been rolling with this dude his whole time. And it's sickening, man. It's just like pick a side, stop acting like a little bit, and root for who you root for.
I think the thing to it, and I think I talked about this earlier, there's so much talent, dog, that they just it's a churn and burn environment, right? Like they build them and they push them so fast that they run their course real fast. And it's just what it is. Like going back to what I talked about last night. Last year, LA Knight was that guy.
John Cena at the podium.
This year is no big deal.
Yeah,
y'all can go ahead. Y'all can go ahead and stop.
Yeah, Ricky, we'll give you the
So
post conference, post show conference reaction. So yeah,
this my microphone, John. What the fuck were you doing?
I mean,
I was about to turn my TV on, but I can't because it's right. It's right in camera view.
Yeah.
You should be straight though.
Whatever.
Well, if we grade matches, I would probably call that that's at least B plus. If not
the Fatal Four, the IC title.
I give it a B.
I give it a B. B, yeah. I'm right there with it. So
I got
that was especially the finish. The finish pushed that over for me. The match itself was actually a pretty good match, but the finish, the way it happened, it happened like it should have. And then to give Dom that shine at the end, yeah, I enjoyed that one. That was a good match.
All right,
yeah. So I think I think Randy's match was next. Yeah. So we briefly talked about Joe Hendry. Now there was a lot of rumors out there on the internet with Rusev and Aleister Black. I think I talked about Aleister Black yesterday. That probably going to happen based on the dates. I literally saw someone mention Joe Hendry probably 5 minutes before Randy came out, which it makes sense because of the relationship they now have with TNA. He's TNA's champion. So to give him that moment, that they had a TNA wrestler, full-time TNA wrestler, get a WrestleMania moment. He got dropped by Randy Orton pretty fast. He got a couple moves in. So big up to TNA, big up to Joe Hendry. But yeah, that
a big question. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here.
Okay, hold on.
You guys are just
mute Ricky while he's still watching that, and then we come back to him.
I wouldn't mind them giving him a little more time, man, especially as the champion of TNA.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. You muted.
Yeah, we can bring it back now, Ricky. Hold on. I may have to unmute you. There you go.
No. I thought I had my
No, we can hear the TV. That's why I muted it, because we can hear the background of the TV. So that's why I muted you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. We got you now.
What are you talking about?
Now, okay. So thank you for muting me on here. That was bullshit. He took 4 questions, one from ESPN, a couple of people overseas, and another wrestling organization, just asking good questions. And his answer to all of the questions was, that's a clickbait question. You're just looking for headlines. Next question. He did that 4 times, y'all. So much so that everybody started laughing when he said it. And he was like, since you guys don't know how to do your job, I'll end with this. He said that tune in tomorrow. Not Friday. Tune in tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. And I am where I will ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
And that was it.
They Raw after Mania, so yeah, it's gonna be
Netflix.
Yeah, of course, Netflix. I forgot about that.
So yeah, I didn't even think about that. So yes, Netflix wanted it. Like, look, we signed y'all up. I want this.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's the only thing that he said the whole time.
Okay.
Dude was like, ever since, whatchamacallit, we haven't seen you smile. Now that you got number 17, how does it feel? Are we gonna be able to see you smile again? He was like, that is a clickbait question. And all for journalism. Like, god dang, like what? Wow. It was crazy. Wow. That's why I'm sitting over here laughing and stuff doing this. Like it was just he took 4 questions and that was it.
Okay. Well, hey, we'll tune in tomorrow and see what happens on Raw. Netflix is gonna have I think there's gonna be a rating spike, I believe, for
definitely
tomorrow. Yeah.
Because there are some, maybe some surprises. You know what I'm saying? They come, with that and stuff as well. But everybody wants to tune in and see, because he was like, this is the last time. He said this is the last time that you guys will ever see a real champion. So he is really doubling down on he's about to take this belt and he's about to fail. And
people talking now, would you be pissed off if he brought back the spinner belt just to make us mad?
I don't even know why he would do that. For what?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even care. I mean, he feels so insignificant at this point. And I mean, I hate to put it that way. It's just because his sorry, CM Punk, but his movesets are so limited. His time in WWE is so limited, literally and figuratively. And I just, I mean, do whatever you want to until December, and just go away.
Yeah,
I mean,
Triple H is at the podium now, so we'll kind of curious what he's talking about.
He's gonna take him forever. Yeah. Like if I look up there and see a bottom line or some of the question that he took or whatever, I'll mute myself and listen to what he has to say. But Joe, like I get it, bro. Like it's you know, just because you slowed your moves down and you wore black and you had the nice comb over with the nice blended fade and you wore church socks and some bucks that you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like it's the same dude. You're the same guy. And congratulations though. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not mad at him getting the title. Okay. I just, as a wrestling fan, want quality in the match. And it's not just me. I'm over here flipping back and forth between Twitter and stuff like that. And people are saying the same thing.
Yeah. I'm
That's
curious. Ric Flair probably in the car crying somewhere because about that record because he showed he those little things. I feel like his legacy is being washed away. So I'm curious to see if he don't
And
crash
yeah,
out
now
there on
everybody's just
Twitch
like,
and social
Ric
media.
Flair is a bad person. He needed that to go. I'm like, where was all this stuff talking like 10 years ago? Like, why does everybody hate Ric Flair now? Like, what did Ric Flair do? Did he call somebody a Nick dude? Like, what? Did I miss something?
And man, it's not just that. It's not even 17. I mean 16. Bro probably got what 20 championship.
If you include the NWA stuff and the stuff he did before he got into WCW and before WWE, yeah, it's actually more than that.
And then you talking about back then the rigorous schedule they had. This man doing hour matches
Sunday
every night. And then now what we got is this clown show doing the five moves of doom, and then he hustled. I mean, I don't know, but I'm kind of offended that this is gonna be our. I would have been. I know she got 15 in 6 months, but I would have been probably better than Charlotte. Just went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Broke the record before he did, but it is what it is. I mean, it's done now, the proverbial record. But I mean, it's all good.
So is he trying to pull the whole CM Punk thing again?
And that's the other thing. I mean, this has been done. It's been done better because CM Punk literally jumped in the crowd right after and left and then and then come right back for a minute. Right.
And then they got another champion, and then they're setting up a champion versus champion for the real belt. So maybe we see that. Maybe we see that coming. Where I don't know if Triple H is going to.
And wasn't he the champion?
But
wasn't he the one?
John Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that didn't they put the belt on him?
They put the belt back on John Cena, and then CM Punk came back and was like, "I'm the real champion."
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we just talked about what was it? Randy Orton's match. Again, we big up to Joe Henry. He got his spot. He got his moment. He can tell his kids he wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania, even though I think the match lasted
like you said, he probably got a nice payday.
Oh yeah, he got a nice little fat check for him.
Right.
So the next up is I think it was AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, and I think I even tweeted this one, the little boring emoji, because I was like, now they try to make it interesting toward the end, which I think will lead to AJ's next feud, which is Karrion Kross. But yeah, it was just a match. Logan got a win, and we can move on to the next one. But yeah, I'm rooting for Karrion Kross. They need to do something with him. I would have loved for him to be in that United States Championship picture because he's over on SmackDown. But now that Jacob got it, he's probably not going to see that anytime soon. But he needs he needs a meaningful feud with somebody and get some TV time. So
when did he flip from there? Because when he over there with
New Testament.
Yeah, he was over on Raw with them, but basically everybody got released except for him. So they sent him back.
Final Testament and
that's it.
The group that we had that they just pushed and we didn't forget about.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Y'all, come on, help me out.
They were AOP. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Uncle Howard and them, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
now,
the Wyatts.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Y6,
Six.
and I said it on our podcast, like they doing it wrong. I just hope they don't do it wrong, and they did. They did exactly what we thought they were going to do, and now they're just out the picture, and I don't think anybody cares anymore.
The
Yeah,
final testament, they ended up in Revelations.
Man, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, but that
That's
match with
it.
Logan Paul and AJ, like Logan Paul is out to disrespect wrestling. Okay, like he is part time too, and he does it so well. Like in the ring, it's like he's getting more and more comfortable. He is an entertainer, and he does good. And I think with them letting him beat AJ Styles was like some kind of way to um give him something, like add him something, give him something that he can add to his repertoire. Like, hey, I beat a former WWE champion, da 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 da, and stuff like that. And maybe they continue to push him, towards a title picture or something. But
he was wasn't he Intercontinental champion?
US,
I think.
Yeah,
US.
I mean,
LA Knight took that off of him.
Right. So it's like it ain't just like he just.
Who he beat? Ricochet.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was when Ricochet on his way out, right?
Yeah, no, it's still probably took him out. Braun Breaker took him out.
Okay. So, man, I'm sorry. This was a really bad pay-per-view, man. And I was listening to Triple H a little bit on the post-game show. He was trying to, you know how somebody tried to defend it and they try to get ahead of stuff beforehand. And he's like, I want to first start off and say thank you to everybody that sacrificed their time and body. You don't know. I'm like, bro, we know. We know what it takes to go into the show. You ain't gotta bullshit us, boss. This was a trash ass pay-per-view. And this one fell on your the same energy it took to perform last year. It took the same. Actually, I think this year it took less. So don't even come with that, bro. Like this was not a good pay-per-view.
No, sir. CT.
Corey said,
Sir.
was fired, bro.
Right.
No,
That's one page. And the crazy. I just pulled up Twitter. It's quite a few people that said Night 2 was fire. And maybe again, they could have been those people that were rooting for Cena to win, regardless of how it happened. It could have been people rooting for people like we did, like with EO and with Dom. So if you look at overall, their fans won. So the people they like won.
If you think about it, because we weren't mad about EO and we wanted Dom.
Right.
So
it's the end. The end of the pay-per-view is what we didn't like. And that's what so it almost ruins the rest of it.
The
so
icing the icing that you put on this delicious moist cake was ass.
But think about it, bro. Y'all been complaining about Cody too. So well, it may not have been y'all. It folks in Sid and Rashad, they complain about Cody and they hate Cena. I'm like, who do you like, bro?
I told
you hate everybody.
I told you on folk want the smoking guns to win the belts, man.
I want the match and Don's match were fine. The women's match, I agree, Corey, 5-star. The Intercontinental, I would say, was a 4. I don't know about a 5-star for that one.
And Corey said Cody's boring. And Corey,
come on, Corey.
He's going to be that person that when Cody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the match.
No, he said Cody as him. His whole reign was boring.
Oh,
he's
never.
The guy that's going to cheer Cody when he turned heel, just like these finicky fans.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he meant the match, but so John Cena is exciting, but Cody's.
Yeah, well, I think at this point they just want somebody different than Cody's. It could have been,
but then
The Rock could have been.
Let's do it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut y'all off. I'm not trying to be rude. But people saying that they boring and stuff like that. Now look, how many people finna turn on Jey Uso now that he gonna put on one title defense and everybody like this nigga boring. He should have never won in the first place. But these people are the same people that was so happy that he won. Kofi Kingston. Everybody was complaining about Kofi and stuff too.
Yep.
Why did he even have the belt? They can put the belt on LA Knight. Why they put it on LA Knight? People gonna always find something. Oh, what man, this title, they were talking about Cody title defense. He ain't defending against nobody, but Roman, it's always going to be something. You ain't gonna never make these finicky ass wrestling fans happy nowadays.
Let's just be fair. We're all fans, right? So there is no, because I complain, you complain, we all complain. I get it. I think for me though, it's not about who's boring and who's not. It's about like that moment, that build up. Remember when Drew McIntyre was that guy, right? And we wanted it for Drew. That was during COVID. You know what I'm saying? And you see, he kind of fizzled out. I think that's just the new era of wrestling. I think my issue again is how they did the build up for this Cena versus Cody situation. To me, if I knew y'all were gonna do it like this, I would have asked you to put somebody else in John Cena's place. And you know what I'm saying? Just keep building versus going back and getting these old guys. I think that's the problem. They keep trying to dig up the old guys from the past. Let the past be the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest, y'all. Would y'all really have cared if John Cena didn't fight Cody Rhodes? I don't think anybody would have cared.
Don't care.
Nobody would have cared.
I would have loved to see anybody else in that spot.
I would have actually rather saw Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes again and just let CM Punk and Seth do their thing versus seeing this. So I don't think it's necessarily like the fans are just, I think the fans, we know we roller coaster fans. We all are. When the hype is there, we love it. We love the journey more than the actual end results. And that's just the truth. But for me, with this,
it almost could. I'm not bad. It almost could have been anybody else in the elimination chamber. CM Punk, Seth. It could have been Drew McIntyre. It could have been Priest. It could anybody besides Cena, because Cena was it's a nostalgia. It's a nostalgia act. It's for that purpose alone. It's for the 17, and then it's going to be this little nostalgia run, and then he gonna go away, and I'm assuming he gonna drop it to somebody. Who knows? But we already know how that script is going to play out.
You mentioned Elimination Chamber, and I actually had this thought earlier as I was watching. So now, especially with two world titles, you have two different opportunities. We count men and women. You got two different opportunities to main event or have a championship match at Mania. You either win the Rumble or you win the Elimination Chamber. Okay, so look at all four champions. Charlotte Flair won the Rumble, lost the title match at Mania. Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber, lost the title match at Mania.
Screwed out of a match at Mania.
So on the men's side, you had Jey Uso win the Rumble. He ends up winning the match at Mania. John Cena won the Elimination Chamber. He ended up winning the match at Mania. So of those four possible opportunities, both the two women ended up losing their opportunity. The two men won theirs. So it's almost like whoever you decide to put in that Elimination Chamber match, which it was John Cena at this point, was going to win that match based on the numbers. But
now I'm interested in seeing what Money in the Bank gonna hit on then too.
Right. I think another thing we gotta look at too, y'all, is this is less about wrestling and more about the numbers and more about the brand. And the more I notice it is, and just looking at it from a business marketing perspective, like I told you, they get money, they get ratings with John Cena going on Pat McAfee's show tomorrow, talking about being a 17-time champion. The average wrestling fan cares how he got it. The other people don't. They're just like, oh, it's John Cena, right? John Cena's the bad guy. So boom, that's the pop. Notice how they're pushing the attendance. Everything is so world record based. It's so, I just think with TKO, is it TKO that owns it? What's the name of the company?
TKO.
TKO.
Even with let's just be honest. Nobody on this call, I think as good as Logan Paul is as a wrestler, the frustrating part is that he's a part-time guy. I think he's a great wrestler, but the fact that he pops up once every 4 months and you got so many other people who's deserving in that spot from a wrestling standpoint is kind of disrespectful. But again, what is it about? What's the big sponsor there? Prime, or who's affiliated with Prime, right?
Yeah,
So
Logan Paul. Yeah,
I think a lot of this, y'all, is we're gonna see and how this thing grows. It's more about the business and the money, which is kind of scary if you want to be honest about it, because everything is go all to be about what sells tickets and not what's good for wrestling. It's about what's best for business, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
Hey, John Cena said that after Elimination Chamber, what's best for business is for him to be the 17th world champion. So yeah. So and again, the whole best for business goes back to the Authority time where Triple H and Stephanie and Vince was in charge and running things and saying, "Hey, we making these decisions because this is what's best for business."
Yeah.
So it always full circle. So go ahead.
So either
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So even with the whole going back to what you're saying, Ricky, with what's her name winning the belt? What's my boy? Damn, I drew a blank. Yeet. Come on.
Jay Uso. Yeah.
Jay Uso. Don't beat me up, Jay. But yeah, even with Jay, it's like Jay got the hot hand right now. So guess what? When his hand burns out, when everybody get tired of eating, guess what we'll do? Give it to somebody else.
Yeah, right.
Pop a pill. That's what they're gonna do.
And it's the whole it's the flare of the moment. It's the same way with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn had that pop for a moment. We capitalized on the pop. When the pop out, hey Sami, you gonna be at WrestleMania? No, not this year, boss. You'll wrestle on Saturday. And on Friday night. And that's just kind of what we're seeing now. So once the marketing gets burnt out with the Yeet, he'll drop the belt off to somebody else. We'll find a new guy to take the place, and that's how they're gonna keep running this thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said business, but that is the wrestling business as a whole. So, similar to any kind of sport, when that quarterback ages out, guess what? We put another one in there and try to keep this train running. So the only match we have not talked about in depth is the women's tag team title match. I was mistaken last night when I said Bayley wasn't hurt. I totally missed the segment where she got jumped in the back. So that was on me. So
who did it?
So yeah, now we gotta figure out who did it.
We just did this, damn it, with black people.
Right.
Come on, man. Let's not do this. Okay. Let's not do this. Okay, we just did.
Is something supposed to be wrong with her for real, or
see? That's what I was questioning because that's what I saw on Twitter was that she's not legitimately hurt, but they wrote her off this match for a reason. Now they also pulled her from she was feuding with Roxanne down in NXT for a minute. They pulled her off of that too for whatever reason. So these last two major events, because it's supposed to be like stand and deliver, because I think the initial plan was Bayley versus Roxanne at stand and deliver, which the pay-per-view NXT just had on Saturday. But then again, they put her in here with here in this tag match with the women's IC champion, and we thought, okay, maybe she's going after that. Then she gets written off based on a backstage attack. If it's not leading to Bayley becoming a heel and being the one responsible for pulling herself out, I don't know what they're doing with it. But she's out, so now we get a mystery partner. And I think at the same time, they were just looking for a reason to bring Becky Lynch back and trying to figure out a way to do it. So, and this was it. So the man Becky Lynch is back. I think I shook my head as soon as that music played because I was like, okay, I already knew where this was going as soon as she showed up. Similar to when she showed up at SummerSlam a few years ago when she beat Bianca in like 47 seconds to win the title. So, yeah,
I still haven't recovered from that.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm not as much of a Becky Lynch hater as you guys are, but I totally did not. I didn't feel that one at all when you kind of buried Bianca like that. Now she definitely didn't stay buried, so it didn't have the effect on her that it could have had on some, but. I didn't see the reason for that at all. But I mean, she's back. It's fine. But if nothing's wrong with Bayley, this makes absolutely no sense to me. Because this could have been Bayley and Lyra, and it could have been It could have been Bailey turned on Lyra, and then you have an intercontinental match with them later on down the line. Then you have
to help build Lyra up with Becky, right?
Correct. And then you have the women have their tag team titles. Dom have his title, and then you still got the tension in the Judgment Day, but they got the title, bro. That would have looked so cool. But now you just keep switching belts in and out of the Judgment Day. It's like, what?
Judgment Day was carrying now for a while. The disrespect is crazy.
If we look at last year up to this year, right, just the whole build up itself. At first, I really thought these folks knew what they were doing. Now I'm really starting to wonder. Like, I don't really think they know what the fuck they do. I think they're just kind of rolling it out, right? Because even with the situation with Cody and The Rock and how that kind of pivoted and changed to now this situation, the lead up between Cena and Cody changing to like, do y'all really think there's a strategic plan here now, or do y'all think these folks just trying to figure some shit out?
Honestly, this whole Rock situation, whether with Cody, Roman, it's all in Rock's head. The rest of the writers in WWE have no idea what The Rock is thinking. I guarantee you, this is all in his head. Because let's go back to the things that happened. First time The Rock came back, I think it was on a random SmackDown. He came out, didn't say anything, and he threw up 3 fingers, and he kind of did this. Then when John Cena turned up, he had 2 fingers, and he did this. So there's still 1 finger to go. But we don't know what that 1 finger is going to be. Everybody's pointing to a Roman. But again, I think all of this is in The Rock's head. And Triple H and the rest of the writers don't know. They have no idea what's going on. They going by whatever Rock is planning on doing. Hey, when you decide to show up, you can cash in on this last little moment that you're trying to do, and we can kind of work around it. That's what I think is happening.
We must be on the CTE side because I don't get this shit.
Right. This is what's coming out of his head. He's in there.
I ain't take your ass to UFL, my boy.
Because being a fan for years, I have confidence in the WWE writers. The Rock is new to this when it comes to, I think, writing storylines. So I don't have as much confidence in him. So that's why I say it has to be his ideas.
Well, man, they hired. Wasn't they hiring like script writers and stuff? So they might be the new people that's doing this fucking this up there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna wrap up this tag team, the women's tag match. What could make this interesting is if a month later, 2 months later, you find out that Becky Lynch attacked Bayley to get that spot so she could win the tag titles.
We just did. I know we just did that.
But then you got a Bayley and Becky feud. So,
but if they do that again, it lets me know these writers have no fucking idea.
This is literally the Caucasian virgin.
Yeah,
you had a thick version, and now you got a. Okay, never mind.
Right. So yeah, I think everybody kind of agrees that this was very very disappointing.
I got a fire ass idea. What if we let Bailey get attacked in the back? That's a good idea. Nah, bro, you can't do the same shit twice. Like, come on, bro. At least give me a year or two.
Right.
Like,
at least they dragged the Jade attack a little bit. She was out for what 4 months, 3-4 months or whatever, and they let them deal with that.
Wrong with her either, was?
No, I don't think so. I think I would say this. I think the rumor is she was taking time off to train a little bit more. She was down in the performance center. But
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné said that she put a tweet out there that was like, "Hey, you can call me." You know what I'm saying? Talking to Bailey.
Not Becky.
Really?
My Bailey.
Is she? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she put that out there. It was like, "Call me," and I was like, "Oh," and now everybody talking about Bailey to. And then
it's AEW.
Y'all
then you're gonna get the AEW and ain't she going like
they gonna move you to Ring of Honor.
I'm just not into AEW, man. I'm trying to watch. I'm trying, man.
Is killing it at AEW, bro.
I am trying.
Bells Mercedes, she killing it down there, bro.
Yeah, she is. She's doing her thing. Mercedes Moné is doing her thing and stuff like that. I get it. CEO. See, I get it. But I get it. But man, like Ricochet. And Ricochet down there doing his thing. Why I'm saying down there like that.
Ricochet doing her thing.
And he actually is getting better on the mic too. He's getting good on the mic.
Yeah, no,
What's getting better?
Now
that was
there
my
is a
thing.
point with
The
AEW. Yeah,
title
the
haven't
main
been seen
title,
in months with
Moxley.
Moxley,
Been in the
John
briefcase.
Moxley.
Yeah,
The title ain't been seen in months.
it hasn't. The world
It
title hasn't.
has it.
Well, you know where it is. It's in the briefcase.
Yeah, we need to see that, John.
John
That,
Moxley,
like,
the champion.
they forging a whole new title. He gonna come back and they're gonna change. It's gonna be a whole new title by the time he get out that briefcase.
Hardcore championship.
But like I said, I'm not going to. I'm just saying for me, I just don't get AEW. Everybody else seems to love it, and that's fine. There's room for multiple wrestling promotions and things like that. I understand. I get it. So I'm not going to crap. It's just not for me. It's not for me.
Y'all ain't finna see this WWE championship for months now. So now what?
There you go. Now
you might
you
well
finna see
put
a
that
run.
junk in the briefcase.
Hey, so I'm gonna tell y'all what that was funny is shit. I would have took a Cody Rhodes, and I hate to keep bringing this guy name up. That's how bad it is. I would rather saw Brock Lesnar took the belt again and
No,
ran.
not Brock. No.
Now Brock last run, man. Brock did his thing on that last little run that he did.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro.
out.
I'm gonna tell you what. Let it go.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah.
but what I'm saying, no, hear me out. I'm not saying that it will. That's how bad this, and I know we keep moving on. I keep going back. That's how bad this Cena fucking Cody Rhodes. They could put this on Saturday Night Wrestling or something like this. This was
I might say it could have been Saturday night main event.
Saturday night main event.
Well, I think as we kind of wrap things up, we've come to the conclusion that night one was better than night two. I'm not gonna ask y'all to grade night two. I think we know what grade is kind of coming in. So
Cena having the belt, I just hated the way they did it.
That's the
Yeah.
consensus.
Yeah,
Scene.
I think-
Come on now, speak
That's
on.
that's the consensus,
Speak on.
man. I'm not mad about him getting 17. It was just lazy writing.
Lazy booking.
It was. We
Yeah.
knew he was gonna get 17. It was no question. It was the build up when people were comparing. Remember when I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be better than Hollywood Hogan?" I was like, "We'll see," but no, right? And it wasn't even. Don't even bring those two up. They're not even comparable, right? This
We
heel-
literally sat here. Everyone literally sat here last night and was like, yeah, it's gonna be Cena. It's gonna be Cena. You know, literally everybody. We just said we hope it's a good match.
Yep.
Or whatever however it winds up. We hope the ending is a creative ending. And it was trash.
And people, like I said, it just fooled a lot of people because people was at the edge of their seats, like, how is Rock gonna do this? How is Paul Heyman and whatchamacallit going? Because you have all of these theories that we put out there that we read and stuff like
Options.
that. And they didn't do a goddamn thing.
And not to mention, it wasn't even a good wrestling match. Like, it wasn't even saying, well, let's just go back and watch the good wrestling.
Performance center-esque.
And maybe the goal in Cena's mind was, I'm going to go at this half speed, and I'm still gonna beat y'all champion at half speed. Imagine if I did it at full speed. Maybe when he explains himself tomorrow night, maybe
he
he'll say
can't
something
go
like that.
full speed. That was his full speed now.
I was just saying he's not in his prime anymore. We know that, but he just said, "I beat you." Using
what is dude 50? How old is
60% amount of. He ain't that. He's not 50 yet because him and Randy Orton around the same age. And I think Randy is like 45. I think 43, 40, between 43 and 45, I believe. So he ain't quite 50 yet. I don't think. But you can look it up and see.
You tell me, Carolina Stacker. I'm still trying to figure out.
47 years old.
He's 47.
I'm still trying to figure out why
he looked like us out there trying to wrestle.
Yeah.
Y'all made Bull just hang up.
Yeah.
That's the second time he done dropped. So I think something going on with his internet.
He tired of John Cena, bro.
He came back the second time as Sad Boss instead of Final Boss. And then he changed
He
his name.
He sure
Tired
did.
Boss. He gonna be Tired Boss next time.
Tired Boss.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
Right,
It's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. Man.
I think we covered
we've covered everything. I'm gonna wrap things up because, like I said, we looking at a little over an hour and 10 minutes now, and it's 11 o'clock in my time here on Central Time.
He back, boss.
Right. So we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna wrap it up. So yeah, like I said earlier, a few minutes ago. WrestleMania Night 2 was not as good as WrestleMania Night 1, but we appreciate everybody for jumping on and listening to our reactions. Again, this is the Black Four Horsemen podcast.
Subscribe, Carolina Stacker.
Yes.
Come subscribe, man. Black Four Horsemen, man.
Corey, you too.
Subscribe. Yeah, Corey's already a subscription. I know Corey is.
Go ahead, subscribe.
Like the video, share it out. Let's build these up. Let's get these numbers up. And but again, appreciate y'all.
Shout out to our sponsor, Life Water.
Until they cut the check, we not gonna mention their names no more. But but again, thank y'all for joining us. This is the live reaction. You'll get a more edited version posted up by tomorrow. So again, like both videos, subscribe, tell a friend, so we can get these numbers up. Ricky, you want to close us out? The intro music.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I thought you wanted me to pray. Hold on.
I thought you were going to pray too.
We probably need to.
Thank you, Wrestling Gods, for another WrestleMania.
Where are you?
It was really fun. The only reason I asked for you because I was trying to find it while I was talking. I couldn't find it real quick. So I was like,
here we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord, for allowing us.
I see y'all at SummerSlam.
All right, see you, right?
Hey, there you go.